Happy New Year and 2022. How you doing? Ryan J. from Massive Life Changing Value. All right, being that first video of the year. Woo! I made a video last night. Last video of the year. Woo! All right, anyhow. So being that it's the first of the year, January 1st, 2022, we're going to talk about, there's this phrase that's been going around, New Year's resolutions and how you're going to change, and whether that be in your health or your wealth or your relationships or your business or your job or that sort of rigmarole. Maybe it's your weight, that's a big one. Hey, I'm going to drop 10 pounds and, that's my plan and that's what I'm going to do and I'm going to stick to it and that's my resolution. All right. New Year's resolution. All right. Well, sticking with that theme because it seems super timely, I'm going to get away from that New Year's resolution thing and I'm going to steer you in a different direction. Lo and behold, I was listening to Andy Frisella's podcast yesterday, and coincidence? I'm not sure. He talked about a power list, and I'm going to implement that, a power list versus New Year's resolutions. So let me explain and get into this. What a power list is versus what New Year's resolutions are or what goals are. Yes, of course, I have goals in my business, in my health, in my relationships, and things that I want to accomplish as a goal. Yes, of course. The power list is different, and here's where it gets different. They are five critical tasks that, regardless of what's happening in your life or the circumstances, you complete those five critical tasks every single day. And now these, I'll share mine with you. I wrote them down. All right, we'll get into how that works. You write them down, your five critical tasks that, when complete, they may seem monotonous, they may seem boring, they may seem like something easily passed over. But in turn, when each critical task is complete, that moves your needle forward in progression of your life in whatever area you're choosing to be better in. Well, I would highly recommend trying to just be better at everything. Because, and give it your 100%. Because if you're doing it and you're investing your time and you're investing your effort, why not go 100%? Because it's 100% your choice to do that. Make sense? Like if you choose to do something, do it well. Not for the person that you're doing it for, but for yourself. It helps your mind. All right. So, the power list. I was rummaging through my desk and I found, oh my gosh, Higdon Group gave me a little binder. And I'm like, oh man, what's in it? Oh, nothing's in it because I haven't used it. So what am I going to use it for? I'm going to use it for my power list. So I took a Sharpie, I wrote power list, 5 critical tasks. All right. So keeping me on track, reminder that, hey, let's get these 5 critical tasks done. The power list. So here's mine. Here's how it works. Of course, you throw the date on there. All right. January 1st, 22. My power list, my 5 critical tasks are, number 1, 20 points of contact. Now, what does that mean? 20 points of contact. That's a business activity. So that means every single day, I get in contact with 20 different people, whether that be answering my DMs, whether that be answering questions on my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever social media posts, whether that's I'm setting up a Zoom meeting, attending a Zoom meeting, texting people about business, opportunity, my products, my services, all right? Phone calls, whatever, however that looks, 20 reach outs or 20 points of contact per day. Now, when you're done with it, all right, so I've already done that today, so I'm gonna cross it off, draw a line through it. All right, bam, line through it. Now, my second on my power list, and these are in no particular order. You don't have to go down your list and be like, oh, well, it says number one, so I should do that first. No, that's not how it works. All right. When it's time or timely for you, all right, you'll get it done. But the main thing is, by the end of the day, your day, you should have everything crossed off on your power list. All right. My second one is, and you can use this as an example for you yourself, or you can make up your own list. You know, you don't have to listen to me, but I highly suggest you listen to the concept behind it. My second is read 10 pages a day. I've gotten out of this habit. I used to read 10 pages a day. I've fallen off. Now I'm throwing it on my power list of reading 10 pages a day. And that's actually from a physical book. All right. Blog posts don't count. Reading Facebook doesn't count. Picking or going through a training seminar from a website doesn't count. It has to be a physical book. And that's for me. That's for me. Adjust it as you will for you. But there's something happens when I'm actually holding a physical book, going through it, reading it. I have to put my mind, it's a different mindset of flipping the pages, putting the little bookmarker in there, and it's a sign of accomplishment. And it makes me feel good. And plus, hey, who doesn't want to learn more stuff anyway? So, I haven't read today, so I'm not crossing that off, but I will get it done. Third on my list is 20 minutes worth of vision work. Now, I'm calling it vision work. It could be called meditating. It could be calming your mind. It could be aligning your chakras or whatever. I used to kind of think that this was like hippie-ish, to like just sit down and think and visualize. It's not hippie-ish. What you're doing when you're sitting there meditating, calming your mind, visualizing how the day is going to go, how your week's going to go, what it's going to look like in 5 years. That's rewiring your brain. I've heard it said that the brain doesn't know what it thinks or thoughts or what it's imagining versus what reality is. So if you're training your brain to be like, that Lamborghini out in my driveway, that's a real thing, your brain doesn't know the difference. Okay, now I'm no expert in this, but I do know when I've tried it and put this into practice, it has worked for me. So that's number 3 on my list. Number 4, got to take care of my body. So working out, and I put minimum for me, myself, minimum at 50 minutes. That falls in line with the MLCV 100 program, 50-minute workout. So I threw it on there. My number 5 on my power list is the food I eat. Now, I didn't write watch my diet. I don't like the term diet. I like lifestyle choices and the food that I eat providing me energy. And everybody knows this. I mean, it is not hard to eat healthy. You know what's good and you know what's bad. So eating clean proteins, having good fats in your diet, staying away from McDonald's, staying away from processed foods and white starchy things that are in a package aren't good for you. I Everybody knows this. All right. So it takes a little bit of discipline to stick to that. All right. So I wrote it down as food program. So far, so good today. I'm on it. We'll see at the end of the day how I did. Did I rip into a bag of Doritos? Well, then I'm not going to cross it off. When these are all crossed off, okay, you're going to give yourself a W. Like literally write a W on it. W means win. You won the day. Now, through constant, persistent action, it's a cause and effect. It's a cause and effect. Actions and the results. It's just math. It works every single time. Through enough consistency with the power list, you will move your needle forward towards progression. Okay, so what happens and then you can reflect on it, go back through the week. If you have all wins for the week, fantastic, you're doing great. If you end up having 4 wins and 3 losses, that's still a winning week. All right, pat yourself on the back. If you have 4 losses and 3 wins for the week, well, that's a losing week. Try harder. Try harder. So after about 30 days and then tracking your progress, because now you have a little book and you're writing it down, or whether it be something like this, I highly recommend writing it physically down. Don't make a spreadsheet on your computer. There's a connection of like literally writing it down and a connection to your brain and your thought process that makes it more tangible and realistic versus typing it into your computer. Make sense? Yeah, but I'm a computer guy. Just do it. Just do it. Believe me. Trust the process. So what happens after 30 days later, I seem to be back in this reading 10 pages a day type thing. I'm getting this down. It's easy for me. It's become a habit. Then you can change your power list. This is a living thing that can change. It's not set in stone. So after about 30 days and I get myself back into the habit of reading 10 pages a day, I'll cross it off and come up with something new. Maybe it's taking a course or something like that. Maybe it's increasing my cardio. The power list should be things that you need to do but have fallen off or haven't started. They should have a little bit of challenge to them. It shouldn't be like, well, I tied my shoes today. That's not a power, unless you have trouble tying your shoes. I may suggest this to my daughter. She seems to have a trouble tying her shoes some days. Unless that's a challenge for you, don't put it on the list. Put challenging things or things that you need to be reminded of and put effort into. Those go on the list. Making sense? Making sense? So don't confuse the power list with a goal. All right? I didn't write make $7 million on here. That's not on the power list. What will get me to the $7 million is the 20 points of contact every single day. By doing that opens up the opportunity, opens up the conversation, opens up the possibility that that will happen. All right? So it's the small progression every single day of moving your progress, becoming better in your health, your wealth, your family, your relationships, or whatever you throw on your power list. I believe that's a better way to go than, man, you know what? January 1st, here's my New Year's resolution. I'm sticking to this diet and, I'm going to do it. And then 6 days later, you're off your diet and you're like, well, shucks. That's self-defeating. With this, you're tracking your progress. You're tracking your progress every single day. And it's not a blow to the ego. All right. It's self-defeating. Like, I'm going to stick to this diet and I'm going all in. All right. Fantastic. But track your daily progress. When day 6 comes and all of a sudden you eat a whole pepperoni pizza or something like that, and the bag of chips, and just veg out and watch Netflix, you're like, shucks, that could have gone better. I should have watched what I ate or something like that. But the temptation it got me and sucked me in, and then you start beating yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. That serves nobody, and it definitely doesn't serve you. So by simplifying the big goal and reverse engineering it as to, well, here's my goal. What do I have to do on a daily to achieve that? That's where your power list comes in. All right. I hope that brought you value. In the comments, I'd like to see, because I'm going to need some ideas here, what is on your power list? Like, what are you going to do, and what are your critical tasks? I'd really like to know, because I'm going to need ideas here in about 30 days. All right, so get at me. That wraps it up. Have a safe, productive, highly productive 2022. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, win the day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.